A few months ago, I went down to Virginia International Raceway to test drive this beast, the Camaro ZL1. I thought it would feel like a 4,100-pound gorilla that goes like stink in a straight line, but would feel like a runaway train as soon as I got on the brakes or trying to change directions. The truth is, though, that it's about a lot more than just its 580 horsepower supercharged V8 or its macho-looking sheet metal. It's actually about grip and metric tons of it, and a traction control system so sophisticated it lets you put the power down with virtual impunity. Based on my experience in Virginia, it sure seems like the ZL1 is actually the track day special that Chevy advertises it to be. So to take that premise to its logical conclusion, we're here at the CSCS Time Attack event to pit this monster against the fastest time attack cars in Canada. We're out here on the track in one of the practice sessions, and I'm in Performance Traction Mode 3. That gives me some stability control, but it lets me slide the back end around a little bit. And it also gives me some traction control out of the corners, meaning I can get on the gas real early and it'll let the rear tire slip just a little bit, but not so much that I get into a slide. If I then push one of these little center console buttons, I can go into Performance Traction Mode 4, and that basically shuts off stability control. So I'm on my own in terms of controlling the car if it gets into a slide, but I've still got their really impressive traction control system that lets me get on the gas nice and early. A little bit of slip there, but it dials you right back under control if you get a little too aggressive. It's not something I've ever seen in a muscle car before, but it's a really impressive technology, this traction control. It makes this car very drivable, and it makes it just usable for more of an average driver. You don't have to be a superstar to get this thing around a racetrack. I think we'll be reasonably competitive in the super street rear-wheel drive class that we're in. All of our competitors are going to be on race tires, and we're still on these Eagle F1 Generation 2 street tires, but Camaro's traction control is so good, it really does let us make very good use of what grip we do have. A couple things I really like about the Camaro: the transmission is really impressive. It's got nice short throws, and it's a pretty light action to it, which is unusual for a big, powerful V8. I mean, normally you expect a transmission that shifts like a tank, but this is really a very nice little gearbox. It's amazing to me that it can hold all 580 horsepower of this supercharged LSA V8. All right, it's time for our time attack session now, and the way it's going to work is we do one warm-up lap, 3 timed laps, and a cool-down lap. Only our single fastest lap will count, and after looking at the times in practice, we're sitting in the 2nd or 3rd in our class. We have a legit shot at the podium here, so let's go get it. Okay, so we just wrapped up our time attack session, and I've got to say, the ZL1 stood up extremely well. The brakes wouldn't fade, the gearbox was perfect the whole time, the tires really hung in there too. It looks like I posted a 120.1, which would put us 2nd in class and about 8th or 9th overall out of 75 or so cars. So very pleased with that. I was really wanting to get into the 119s. It was kind of a personal goal. And I'd also done a 120.0 in a Nissan GTR, so I really wanted to beat that number, but we were very, very close to it. I think it shows just how capable the ZL1 is. Even amongst all these race cars, we're right there in the top 10, and we had a lot of fun doing it.